how you guys doing? I hope you're all right. Today, let's talk about while loops. So, while loops is another conditional loops used inside C++ and many other languages. It is similar to for loops, wherein you have to give a condition for the logic to go inside the loop. And the one good thing here is whatever you can do with for loops, you can do the same thing with while loops. Obviously, the syntax is different, because if the syntax was the same, then why would we need a new concept? It may happen sometimes that some people may find understanding the concepts or grasping the concepts of for loops a little bit difficult. So if you are one of those people, not to worry, while loops are easier to understand and even easier to implement. Although there are some restrictions or some considerations of using while loops that you must think about. Okay, we'll talk about those later. So let's continue. Let's go on and take a look at some documentation, my extremely favorite thing. Okay, so this is tutorialspoint.com. A while loop statement repeatedly executes a target statement as long as a given condition is true. Right? And now the syntax of a while loop in C++ is while, the keyword while, and in circular brackets condition, and in curly brackets your statement or statements. Here, statements may be a single statement or a block of statements, like I just said. The condition may be any expression and true is any non-zero value. The loop iterates while the condition is true. While the condition becomes false, program control passes to the line immediately following the loop. Alright, well and clear. Let's take a look at a diagram. I have a really good diagram here because it's colorful. It's from programmers.com. So here it is. Test condition. If it is true, then and only then will the control go inside the while loop body. Okay, and once that is done, the flow goes back to the test condition, and again it is checked whether it is true or false. If it is true, then it will go back inside, and this cycle will keep repeating until the test condition becomes false. And once it is false, it's going to break out and the loop terminates. Wonderful, wonderful diagram. Okay, yeah, this is something similar, but that one was more colorful. They have an example here, so let's take a look at an example, and then we'll do one of our own examples. What are they doing? They're printing the value of 10 all the way to 19. Okay, so how have they done it? Local variable declaration, int a equals 10, and then while loop execution, while a is less than 20, cout a value of a, endl. Endl means end of line, and that simply means that your next output is going to be printed on the next line on the console or the terminal, and a++. Okay, that's good. So now let's do something of our own. So the usual hash include iostream. But I think there's a mistake. Rename .cpp. There we go. Now it's all well. Using namespace std. Now there is another way of doing things here. You know, I've been writing using namespace std again and again, but once we discuss the concept of namespaces, I'll stop doing that and you'll understand why. Okay, we'll have our main function. Here, let's have a number and a sum. Okay, and we'll initialize the sum to 0. In fact, let's not do that. I'll just do this much better. Okay, now we want to take the input from the user. Okay, so to do that, cout operator, and I'll write in enter a number, space it out properly, cin number, Okay, let's continue. While, see, it instantly recognizes the keyword while. So now, while the number is greater than or equal to 0, greater than or equal to 0, okay, what we want to do is we want to add all positive numbers. Okay, so add all the positive numbers. So sum plus equals number. Now, if you don't know what that is, this means sum equals sum plus number. It's a shorter way and a much better way of doing things. However, if you have trouble understanding this plus equals, then you may do it like this. And the same thing applies for minus equals and multiply equals and divide equals. Same concept. Okay, let's continue. Now, taking input, again, if the number is positive, okay, Cout, enter a number, Cin, and we'll take that number in again. Is there a problem? Nope. Okay, and we'll exit out of the while loop. And now this portion is going to be executed after the while loop has finished executing. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to display our output, and it's pretty simple to do that, right? So a simple cout double less than sign /n, that means new line. It's another way of doing things. The sum is whatever the sum is, sum, and wrap it up nicely. Okay, let's save that and run it using this play button. Compiling, enter a number, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, minus 9, there we go, 39. What we did was we calculated the sum of all positive numbers. Okay, now let's talk about the complications of using while loops. The thing is, like this page said over here, the condition may be any expression and true is any non-zero value. Okay, so if I was to do something like this, while true and block of code, whatever, if I was to save and run this has the potential of crashing my system or crashing your system. Why? Because the condition inside this while loop is always going to remain true, which means it will never break out of the loop, which means it will keep running until the end of time. But in this case, end of time means end of your CPU. So it's something that you need to keep in mind. You can't just do anything you want, okay? Especially something like this, which has the potential of crashing your system. Little bit dangerous, but don't get scared. Just keep in mind that don't do anything like this, okay? Now, I must tell you guys, if you're going out please remember to wear a mask. Okay? Thanks for watching the video. Hit the like button if you liked it. Hit the subs button if you loved it. I know people love clicking buttons on the internet. Well, here's a button for you. It's called subscribe and it's red right below the video. Hit that subs button. Follow me on Instagram. Check out my Twitter page. Check out my live YouTube session I did with my colleague over on another channel. I'm going to have it all linked somewhere here in the description down below or the cards above. Okay? See you guys next time.